2 years I waited to come here and it was seriously worth the wait. This is my trip to Komodo National Park, and this is what I saw. We set off from Labuan Bajo on the west coast of East Nusa Tenggara. The boat was small but strong, and with a crew of two, Yuni and his uncle, we darted for a prime snorkeling spot on the coast of one of the small islands in the Flores Sea. We anchored the boat in a pretty sweet spot off the coast of Komodo Island, where we caught fish, ate a meal and watched the sunset. Not a single word was said, we simply observed the beauty that surrounded us. On the second day, we woke up bright and early to catch the sunrise. A light breakfast was served as the silent landscape around us was washed with a gentle light. We then made our way to set foot on Komodo. After passing through the main gate, I was instantly shuffled into an office to sign the park's register and get a briefing from my Komodo guide.
Oh, sama brewok ya?
Yeah, this is my guide. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. After here later, and then directly to here, and from here, the ranger station, our kitchen. After here later, and then we'll go back to here to finish our trip.
Okay, so we're doing a long trek.
Yeah.
2.5 hour, 2 hour.
2 hours.
2 hours. Okay.
Okay.
Bagus.
Let's go.
Just after we began the trek, we instantly came across a wild deer which had no issues with us approaching it. Then my guide began to explain more about the dragons.
All of them, they are food for Komodo Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in this island, Komodo Dragon estimates 2,008 dragon. According by the research, 1,377. live on this island. So, not only in Komodo Island, besides in Komodo Island, they have the other island, like Rinca Island, Gilimotan, Nusa Kode in Padar Island.
Yeah.
So,
Not just here.
not just here. In Rinca Island, according by the research, 1,572
Right.
in Rinca. That's why the small live in Rinca. In Rinca, more chance to count of the number, because in Rinca, small island, and more chance to count.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Gilimotan, Nusa Kode Island, their population 3 island, their population 128.
Okay.
Yeah.
Small.
Because 3 island, the small island.
Yeah.
Yeah, Komodo in more bigger island. That's very, very difficult to count more. Like that. Yeah.
We then continued into the forest to search for the incredible Komodo dragons. I literally couldn't have imagined what was about to happen. We've been on this walk for about 10 minutes and already there's a Komodo dragon right here. Right here. Amazing. After sighting my first 2 Komodo dragons, we moved on through the forest to find an abandoned Komodo dragon nest before spotting a third. We've just come across another one. They seem to be really active right now. It's amazing. Here we go. It's a small one. Female?
Female, yeah. Female, this male.
Male.
Yeah, this long tail.
Surprisingly, the dragons didn't seem too fussed about us being close to them, but it was time to press on and finish the trek.
Just for a second.
After departing Komodo Island, we headed for the open ocean once again to find one of the most beautiful views the Flores Sea has to offer. We then made our way to Rinca Island, which the guide was speaking of earlier, to find more Komodo dragons. Already I could see huge boats carrying big groups of tourists. I could tell that this was going to be a completely different island from Komodo. To be honest, I didn't like Rinca half as much as Komodo. Dragons and other wild animals are just hanging around the touristic outposts, surrounded by hundreds of people. Littered with plastic, sharp tools and packed with tourists, it felt like a badly kept zoo. I even saw rangers poking the dragons with their sticks to make them move for the crowds, however I didn't get that on film. Yes, the dragons are being well protected here from poachers, but it just felt like people shouldn't be here. Just came onto Rinca Island, and right off the bat, we've got a Komodo dragon. He's bitten this deer. Don't know if you can see that, and he's waiting until it's cooler so he can eat his dinner. Now that is freaking mental. I went on another trek on this island and saw absolutely no dragons in their natural habitat. The trek was meant to be 2 hours and only turned out to be 40 minutes. The landscape, flora and fauna, however, was completely different from Komodo. It was a strange land with burnt-looking palms, skulls of animals nailed to the trees, and wild buffalo roaming the savannah. That evening we anchored the boat to watch a huge colony of fruit bats begin their flight to their feeding grounds before heading to one of the most beautiful beaches I've ever seen on the third and final day. I hope you enjoyed this video of my trip to Komodo Island and get the chance to go there someday. It was one of the most spectacular experiences of my life.